Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English the Natural Way. I'm Alex.
Hi, friends. I'm Linda. We're so excited to have you with us today. No matter where you are right now, at home, on a walk, or taking a break, thank you for choosing to learn English with us.
Today, we're going to talk about something really important in English, coordinating conjunctions.
I know, that sounds like a big, scary grammar term, but don't worry, we're going to make it super simple and easy to understand.
That's right. By the end of this episode, you'll be using these words like a native speaker.
Before we start, if you enjoy learning English in a natural and simple way, please like this episode, share it with your friends, and subscribe to English the Natural Way.
All right, let's get started.
So first, let's talk about what conjunctions are.
A conjunction is a word that connects things. It joins words, phrases, or sentences together.
Think of it like glue. It sticks things together.
For example, instead of saying, I like coffee, I like tea, we can say, I like coffee and tea.
See? The word and connects coffee and tea.
That's a conjunction. It makes our speech smoother and more natural.
Without conjunctions, we would speak in very short, choppy sentences.
I woke up, I ate breakfast, I went to work. That sounds robotic, right?
Right, but with conjunctions, we can say, I woke up, ate breakfast, and went to work.
Much better. It flows naturally.
So conjunctions are super important for connecting ideas and making your English sound natural.
Exactly. And today, we're focusing on coordinating conjunctions.
Now, what are coordinating conjunctions?
These are special conjunctions that connect equal parts. They join things that have the same importance.
For example, I like pizza and pasta. Pizza and pasta are both equal. They're both foods I like.
Right. The conjunction and connects two equal things.
There are 7 coordinating conjunctions in English.
Just 7. That's not too many to learn.
And there's an easy way to remember them. We use the word fanboys.
Fanboys. What does that mean?
It's an acronym. Each letter stands for one conjunction.
F is for, A is for and, N is for nor, B is for but, O is for or, Y is for yet, and S is for so.
For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Fanboys.
That's a great memory trick. Just remember fanboys and you know all 7.
Exactly. Now let's talk about each one in detail.
Let's start with and. This is probably the most common coordinating conjunction.
Yes, and connects similar ideas. It adds information.
For example, I have a cat and a dog.
She's smart and funny.
We went to the store and bought some milk.
Can you see? And is adding information. It's saying this thing plus this thing.
We use and all the time in daily conversation.
Let's practice. I like reading and writing.
He's tall and strong.
They played soccer and had fun.
And can also connect more than 2 things.
Right. I need eggs, milk, bread, and butter.
When we list 3 or more items, we put commas between them and before the last one.
That's called the Oxford comma or serial comma.
Some people use it, some people don't. Both ways are okay.
The important thing is that and connects similar ideas together.
Now let's talk about but. This one shows contrast or difference.
Yes, but connects 2 ideas that are opposite or different.
For example, I like coffee, but I don't like tea.
She's tired, but she's still working.
The movie was long, but it was good.
Can you hear the contrast? The 2 parts are different from each other.
But is like saying however or on the other hand.
Let's practice. I want to go, but I'm too busy.
He's smart, but he doesn't study.
It's raining, but I still want to go for a walk.
The test was hard, but I passed.
We use but constantly in English to show contrast.
It's one of the most important conjunctions to know.
Next is or. This one shows choice or alternative.
Yes, or gives options. It means this one or that one.
For example, do you want coffee or tea?
We can watch a movie or go for a walk.
Is she coming today or tomorrow?
Or presents different possibilities.
Let's practice. Should I call or text you?
Do you want pizza or pasta?
Are you working or studying?
We can leave now or wait until later.
Or is very common in questions because we're asking someone to choose.
Right. It's also used in statements. I don't know if I should stay or go.
You can come with us or stay home.
See, it always shows options or alternatives.
Now let's talk about so. This one shows result or consequence.
Yes, so means therefore or as a result.
It connects a cause with its effect.
For example, I was tired, so I went to bed early.
The cause is I was tired. The result is I went to bed early.
It was raining, so we stayed inside.
Cause, raining, result, stayed inside.
Let's practice. She studied hard, so she passed the test.
I forgot my wallet, so I couldn't buy lunch.
The movie was sold out, so we watched something else.
He missed the bus, so he was late.
So is very useful for explaining why something happened. Next is for. This one is a little different.
Yes, for is less common than the others, and it sounds a bit formal.
For means because. It gives a reason.
For example, she must be tired for she worked all night.
This means she must be tired because she worked all night.
But honestly, most people just say because instead of for.
Right. For as a conjunction is quite formal and old-fashioned.
You might see it in writing or poetry, but not much in conversation.
For example, we should leave soon for it's getting late.
In normal speech, we'd say we should leave soon because it's getting late.
So for is good to know, but you don't need to use it often.
Just remember it means because and it's more formal. Now let's talk about yet. This is similar to but.
Yes, yet also shows contrast, but it has a slightly different feeling.
Yet means but or however, and it often shows something surprising.
For example, she's only 10 years old, yet she speaks 5 languages.
This is surprising. We don't expect a 10-year-old to speak 5 languages.
The restaurant is expensive, yet it's always full.
Again, this is surprising. Expensive restaurants aren't always full.
Let's practice. He's very busy, yet he always finds time to help.
I've lived here for years, yet I still get lost sometimes.
The book is old, yet it's still popular.
Yet adds a sense of surprise or unexpectedness.
It's similar to but with that extra feeling of surprisingly.
You can often replace yet with but and the meaning stays similar.
But yet sounds a little more sophisticated.
Finally, we have nor. This is probably the least common one.
Yes, nor is used with negative sentences.
It means and not or also not.
We usually use it after neither or another negative word.
For example, I don't like coffee nor do I like tea.
This means I don't like coffee and I don't like tea either.
She didn't call nor did she send a message.
He can't swim, nor can he dive.
Notice the word order changes after nor. The verb comes before the subject.
Nor do I, nor did she, nor can he. The auxiliary verb comes first.
That's why making nor a bit tricky to use.
That's why many people avoid it and use simpler structures. Instead of, I don't like coffee nor do I like tea, people often say, I don't like coffee or tea.
Both are correct, but the second one is simpler and more common.
So nor is good to understand, but you don't have to use it all the time.
Now, let's talk about how to use these conjunctions in sentences.
Great idea. When we connect two complete sentences with a coordinating conjunction, we usually put a comma before the conjunction.
For example, I wanted to go to the party, but I was too tired.
She studied hard, so she passed the exam.
We can go to the beach, or we can stay home.
The comma goes before the conjunction.
But if the sentence is short and simple, we can skip the comma.
Right. I like cats and dogs. No comma needed because it's very short.
She's smart but lazy. Also no comma.
The general rule is if you're connecting two complete sentences, use a comma. If you're just connecting two words or short phrases, no comma needed.
Let's practice. I love reading and I love writing, comma, because both parts are complete.
I love reading and writing, no comma, because it's just two words.
He works during the day and he studies at night, comma, needed.
He works and studies, no comma.
Can you see the difference? Let's practice with some real-life examples.
Great idea. I'll say a sentence and you can guess which conjunction fits best.
Okay, here's the first one. I'm hungry, blank, I don't have time to eat.
This shows contrast. I'm hungry, but I don't have time to eat.
Exactly. We use but for contrast.
Next one. Do you want to stay home or go out?
This shows choice. Do you want to stay home or go out?
Perfect. Here's another. She was sick, blank, she stayed home from work.
This shows result. She was sick, so she stayed home from work.
Great. One more. I like pizza, blank, I like pasta.
This adds similar ideas. I like pizza and I like pasta.
Excellent. Can you see how each conjunction has a specific purpose?
Yes, once you understand the meaning, it's easy to choose the right one.
Now let's use multiple conjunctions in one conversation.
Good idea. Let's imagine we're talking about weekend plans.
So, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm not sure yet. I want to relax, but I also have some errands to run.
What kind of errands?
I need to go to the grocery store and the bank. I also want to clean my apartment, but I might not have time.
That sounds busy. Do you want to meet for coffee on Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday works better for me. I'm free in the morning, so we could meet around 10.
Perfect. Should we go to the usual cafe or try somewhere new?
Let's try somewhere new. I'm tired of the same place, and I heard there's a nice cafe downtown.
Sounds good. I'll pick you up or you can meet me there.
I'll meet you there. I have my car, so it's easier for me to drive.
Great. I'm looking forward to it, yet I'm also a bit worried about the weather.
Why? Is it supposed to rain?
The forecast says it might rain, so we should have a backup plan.
Good idea. If it rains, we can go to the indoor mall instead.
Perfect. We have a plan.
Can you count how many coordinating conjunctions we used?
So many. We used but, and, or, so, and yet.
Exactly, and the conversation sounded completely natural.
That's because coordinating conjunctions are everywhere in daily English.
They make our speech flow smoothly and connect our ideas.
Without them, we'd sound very choppy and unnatural.
Let's review the main points one more time.
Conjunctions are words that connect things together.
Coordinating conjunctions connect equal parts, words, phrases, or sentences.
There are 7 coordinating conjunctions: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so.
We remember them with Fanboys.
And add similar ideas together.
But and yet show contrast or difference.
Or shows choice or alternative.
So shows result or consequence.
For means because, but sounds formal.
Nor means and not and is used with negatives.
When connecting 2 complete sentences, use a comma before the conjunction.
When connecting just words or short phrases, no comma needed.
Perfect summary.
Now let's practice some common sentences with each conjunction.
Great. Let's start with and.
I woke up and had breakfast.
She's kind and intelligent.
They laughed and talked all night.
Now, but.
I'm tired, but I can't sleep.
The food was cheap, but delicious.
He's young, but very mature.
Now, or.
Call me or text me later.
We can walk or take the bus.
Is it here or there?
Now, so.
I was late, so I ran.
She loves animals, so she became a vet.
It's cold, so wear a jacket.
Now, yet.
It's simple, yet effective.
She's new here, yet she knows everyone.
The car is old, yet it runs well.
These are all natural, everyday sentences.
Let's talk about some common mistakes learners make.
Yes, this is really helpful.
One common mistake is using and too much.
Right. Some learners connect everything with and.
I woke up and I ate breakfast and I went to work and I had a meeting and I ate lunch and...
That's too many ands. It sounds childish.
Instead, use different conjunctions or break it into separate sentences.
I woke up and ate breakfast. Then I went to work where I had a meeting. After that, I ate lunch.
Much better. Variety makes your English sound more advanced.
Another mistake is forgetting the comma before the conjunction.
Right. When you connect two complete sentences, you need a comma.
I wanted to go, but I was tired. This needs a comma.
I wanted to go, but I was tired. Correct.
The comma is important for clarity and proper punctuation.
Another mistake is confusing so and because.
Yes, so shows the result. Because shows the reason.
I was tired, so I went to bed. Result.
I went to bed because I was tired. Reason.
Can you see the difference? The order changes.
With so, the cause comes first, then the result.
With because, the result comes first, then the reason.
Both are correct, but they have different structures.
Now it's your turn to practice.
Try making your own sentences with coordinating conjunctions.
Use and to add ideas, but to show contrast, or to show choice.
Use so to show results, and try yet for surprising contrasts.
Write your sentences in the comments. We'd love to see them.
Don't worry about making mistakes. That's how we learn.
Practice makes perfect, and every sentence you write makes you better.
Remember Fanboys: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so.
These 7 little words will make your English sound so much more natural.
Use them in conversations, in writing, every day.
The more you use them, the more automatic they become.
Soon, you won't even think about it. You'll just know which one to use.
Let's end with one final practice conversation using all the conjunctions.
Good idea. Let's imagine we're planning a dinner party.
So, are we having the party on Friday or Saturday?
Saturday is better, for most people are free on weekends.
Good point. Should we cook or order food?
I want to cook, but I'm not sure I have time.
We could cook together, and it would be faster.
That's true. What should we make?
I was thinking pasta or pizza. Both are easy, yet delicious.
I love both. Let's do pasta. We can make a big salad too, so everyone has options.
Perfect. I'll bring dessert, and you handle the main course.
Sounds good. I'll send out invitations today so people have time to plan.
Great. This is going to be fun, yet I'm a little nervous about hosting.
Don't worry. It'll be great, and everyone will have a good time.
You're right. I can't wait.
Did you hear all those conjunctions?
Yes, we used for, and, or, but, yet, and so naturally in conversation.
That's how native speakers talk every day.
These little words make such a big difference in how natural you sound.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone, that's it for today's lesson.
We hope you now understand coordinating conjunctions much better.
Remember Fanboys and practice using them every day.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to English the Natural Way.
We create new episodes every week to help you learn real, everyday English.
Leave a comment below. Make a sentence using your favorite coordinating conjunction.
We love hearing from you and seeing your progress.
Thanks so much for listening today.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.